Started a project in 2007 to systematically interview a large number of Taliban. We got a few dozen of them on cell phone video. We transcribed their answers to a standardized list of 20 questions. We ended up with 512 pages of English language transcript, and we made the whole thing publicly available to whoever was interested in it. And the project, in some ways, revealed what we already knew. It showed a strong correlation between membership in the Taliban and having your poppy fields raised. So what that meant is that either the government was singling out its enemies to eradicate their opium fields, or having your opium fields eradicated encouraged you to join the Taliban. Probably both were true, to be honest. Similarly, we found a strong correlation between membership in the Taliban and having some of your relatives die in airstrikes. I think it's just a reasonable thing to think that if someone comes along and bombs your village, that you might want to take revenge. But that impetus, I think, is especially strong in southern Afghanistan, where the sort of traditional tribal requirement of revenge runs particularly deep.
Yeah, and there was also the matter of the war being a family feud, as you put it, I believe, as a general rubric. But the tribalism of southern Afghanistan is very confusing. The sort of trees of allegiance are things that I keep getting confused by, Nurzais and Ashokzais and so forth. But could you comment on that? Like, how is it that tribalism fed the insurgency?
At the beginning of our dozens of interviews with Taliban, we asked one simple question: what tribe are you from? And it was amazing how consistently they would answer by saying they are members of the Ghilzai Confederacy of Tribes, or members of the Panjpai Confederacy of Tribes. The villagers of southern Afghanistan are not idiots. They know that when NATO forces swarmed into the area in huge numbers, that allowed drug eradication to happen. They don't care who is actually, doing the cutting and burning of their fields, whether it was a DynCorp contractor or police hired by the governor. All they know is that the presence of international troops brought eradication to their villages, and that was a disaster for many ordinary farmers. They had promised opium revenues in some cases to drug dealers who had paid beforehand. That gave rise to something called opium brides, young girls being sold off to drug dealers to pay debts. Just a terrible thing to happen to ordinary farmers. And I think that definitely fueled the insurgency.